मात्रे शरणं मम श्रीमात्रे 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 शरणं मम श्रीमात्रे
ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। ओम ओम एकदंताय विद्महे वक्रतुंडाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्तिः प्रचोदयात्। ओम महागणपतये नमः। ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। ऐंकार ह्रींकार रहस्ययुक्त श्रींकार गूढ़ार्थ महाविभूत्या ओंकार मर्म प्रतिपादिनीभ्यां नमो नमः। श्री गुरु पादुकाभ्याम्। उग्रं वीर्यं महाविष्णुं ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखं नृसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं मृत्युं नमाम्यहम्। ओम ऐं ह्रीं श्रीं ओम। ओम ऐं ह्रीं श्रीं ओम। ओम ऐं ह्रीं श्रीं ओम। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। Invoking the grace of the Guru Mahatmas dwelling in the Guru Mandala and ruling this Mother Earth and this Jagat in the path of Dharma, and invoking the grace of Sri Lalita Parabhattarika. Today we are continuing our Sri Vidya Upasana and Vedanta session, in which previous class we did the Pancha Bhuta Dhyanam. Before that, we did all other nyasas, Anga Nyasa, Kara Nyasa, etc. And now, after doing all these Mandala Pujas, like the 43 Trikona Pujas, 43 Trikonas of Sri Chakra were praised. And now we are entering into the Dhyana part. Dhyanam is not a new topic for the Vedic system. Dhyanam, in fact, is the basic topic. What is Dhyanam? Dhyanam is nothing but focus. Focus on a particular locus with concentration. If you have no concentration, learning will not happen. If you are having diversified attention, you will not be able to fetch the information which is coming towards you. So Dhyanam has to be done first. Dhyanam is the preparation, and it has multiple explanation. In some other class I told Dhyanam is of two types. One is Laya Dhyanam. Laya Dhyanam means leaving all other bondages, or leaving the thoughts of bondages. Leaving bondage may be a difficult thing. It has to be solved through Jnanam. But importance to that bondages, that attachments can be reduced slowly. Withdrawal of the sensory perceptions from the external bondages, external connectivities. Slowly we are coming within our realm of mind. In that platform, what we do is Shuddhi. Shuddhi is nothing but purification. Anga Shuddhi, Kara Shuddhi, Mano Shuddhi, Buddhi Shuddhi, Sthala Shuddhi. We have done so many Shuddhi processes. Shuddhi means purification. Now the mind is ready for invoking Devi, inviting Devi and give a seat. The Hridayasthana of the Bhakta, the heart of Bhakta is the best seat for Devi. In every Bhakta's heart, Devi resides. How she is? Visualization. This dhyanam for layam, for merging in, layam means merging in. Merging in is layam. So within, merging within, dhyanam, first level of dhyanam. In this, we do visualization. What is the next level of dhyanam? Nididhyasanam, contemplation will be the next level of dhyanam. Now, in the first level, we are doing visualization of Devi's image. How Devi looks. What are all her features? What are all the important features to be remembered? Sometimes we used to say, oh, I went to Tirupati and had darshan of Balaji. Even now, it stands in my eyes. We are telling, I went to Tirupati, I had a darshan of Balaji. Even now, it happened before 4 years. But even now, when I close my eyes and think of the situation, that image appears. It will not go from my mind. Because I'm thinking again, visualization is continued so that it will never go from my mind. Like that, these attributes are essential for remembering. These characters are essential for remembering. Sindhuraruna vigraham trinayanam manikya mauli spurate tara nayaka shekaram smitamukim apina vakshoruham Panibhyam alipurna ratna chashakam raktotpalam bibratim saumyam raknagadastha rakta charanam dhyayet param ambikam. Whom I am meditating upon is Parambika. Para means the beyond. Beyond imagination is Para. Apara is available for my sensory perceptions. Para will never be available for my sensory perceptions. Then how can I experience Para? Para comes to you as the experience. Experience is not Para, but Para manifests through experience so that this Mithya experience is respected. So, in Vedantic aspect, experience is not valid. Some people may say, in the meditation, actually I saw Devi. In the meditation, I saw some green light or blue light. Some sun-like vision I got, Prakasha Rupa I got. These are all experiences, which are all unreal, not true. It is some manipulation of thoughts. In the previous class, I told Dhyanam itself is Manasa Vyaparaha, the transaction of mind in a particular order. Not in a regular way, not in an irregular way, but in a regular, systematic pattern with order we meditate upon. How we are visualizing, how she looks. For pronunciation purpose, for non-Sanskrit people, I have given in transliteration letters. This will reach you. And in Tamil also we have done. In English, we will manage to bring the right pronunciation using the transliteration marks like this. Tara means T-A-R-A, Tara. there is a mark over A, so that you can see that as A, Tara. If mark is not there, Akara. But in Tamil it is difficult, but even then, by support of the audio or the Sanskrit aksharas, you will be able to read it properly. Sindhuraruna Vigraham. She is Divine Mother. The Divine Mother has a red color body. Her body is in red color. Why it is red? Because of the hue of vermilion. Kumkum. Sindhuraruna Vigraham Trinayanam. She has 3 eyes. Trayambakeshwara is the name of Ishvara. This Shakti is Patni of Ishvara. So, she is also having the Samanadikaranyam, means equal Rupam, Sama Swarupam. Whatever attribute given to the form of Shiva is given to Devi also, because she is part of Shiva. So that she has 3 eyes, as like as Ishvara, as like as Shiva. Sindhuraruna Vigraham Trinayanam Manikya Maulishpurat. She wears a beautiful crown studded with rubies. Manikya Maulishpurat. This reference of ruby is very important, as it represents sun, Surya. Surya is related with ruby. The brilliant brightness of Devi is related to Udyadbhanu Sahasrabhayai Namaha. She looks like thousands and thousands of suns are rising. There is a reference in Lalita Sahasranama, you know. So here ruby also refers to Surya. Once Surya is referred, it should be followed by Chandra, then who is adorned with the crescent. Tara Nayaka Shekara. Tara means star. Shekaraha is the lord of those taras. Tara means nakshatra. In Indian system, Vedic system, 28 nakshatras are praised. They are real nakshatras available in the solar system, in the Surya Mandala, in this cosmos. They form a belt of Rashi. Rashi means group. In that Rashi, these stars are distributed. How many stars are distributed? 28 stars are appreciated, praised in Vedas. One star, which is called Abhijit, is not in practice now, because in time Abhijit is vanished from our vision. Actually, Abhijit is not there. Abhijit was there in Makara Rashi. In Makara Rashi, Abhijit was positioned. But as time passes, this Abhijit also vanished. So now we have how many stars? 27 stars. And moon moves over these 27 stars. These 27 stars form a Vidhi. Vidhi means rail. In that Nakshatra Vidhi, moon moves over it. That is why we say today is Ashwini Nakshatra, today is Rohini Nakshatra or Ardra Nakshatra. Where moon stays is that Nakshatra of the born child. In that way, while I am saying like this, you should not understand that moon is traveling over those stars. These stars are far away in the universe, and the moon seems to be moving over that star. That is also a mithya. That is also an illusion. So this Chandrasekharaha is called as Tara Nayaka, Lord of these 27 stars. If Chandra is considered as husband, he has 27 stars. Reading this, some critics may think that, oh, in your Vedas, 27 wives are allowed. These are all figurative expressions. You should not take as it is. What is the reality? Reality is astronomical reality, Tara Nayaka Shekhara. And that moon is Manaskarakaha. This moon rules over mind. And in astrology, this sun is Atmakarakaha. Moon is Manaskarakaha. Those two references have come here. The reference of ruby gives the reference of sun. The reference of ruby relates with the sun. The reference of Tara Nayaka Shekhara gives the relationship with Chandra. So, she is the Mahatripura Sundari, is the ruler of Mahatripura Sundari is the ruler of Manaha, which is the true form of Atman. Fifteenth Namavali in Lalita Sahasranama. Ashtami Chandra Vibhraja Dhaligasthala Shobitaye Namaha. The crescent, there is a crescent in the crown of Lalita Parameshwari. You see a crescent, moon. And it is Ashtami Chandra. Why Ashtami Chandra? That day, the Ashtami day is not good for doing any duties, any good things. So Ashtami is avoided. What will happen if we do something on Ashtami day? It will bring dukkha. It will bring delays in our actions or duties. Obstacles will come. Dukkha will come. Human mind is like that Ashtami Chandra. It is the form of sorrow. She carries that sorrow as her ornament. What a grace of Devi. Devi carries our dukkha. She bears the pain of the child. That is why she is mother. She carries the pain of the child. Because the pain of the child is not real. Unreal. Even then she bears it. So this is the explanation for Tara Nayaka Shekhara. And always he is Smita Mukim. For her there is no two. She knows everything is for a drama. So she knows. So she smiles with meaning, meaningful smile. In Bhagavad Gita also the reference of smile comes. When Arjuna is telling, I am suffering, I am not able to fight in this war, then Bhagavan looks at him with the Vikasida Vadanam, smiling face. Smita Mukim, Apina Vakshoruham, Anibhyaham Malipurna Ratna Chashakam, Raktotpalam Bibratim. Okay. Who wears a beautiful crown studded with rubies, refer sun. Who is adorned with the crescent moon, refer Ashtami Chandra. 15th Nama of Lalita Sahasranama. And for this Udyat Bhanu Sahasrabha, you can connect with the Surya. 6th mantra of Lalita Sahasranama can be connected with Ruby, and who has a beautiful smile. Smile of love, unconditional love and compassion. This smile is priceless. Devi's smile. That is why I always used to say, if you don't find anybody without smile, give one of yours free. You see some people, nowadays people are stressed. When you go to your office or institution, some known people will come in front of you. They will not smile at you. They will stare at you. Because you may be a competitor for him or her. The world, the present day culture is culture of competition. So everybody is afraid of this competition. Will he take over my seat or will he take over my position? Competition. So they stare at you. You don't stare at them, you give a smile. Because you are the son and daughters of Smitamukhi, one who smiles always. So this word will be registered in your mind. That is why I am giving this word. And who has beautiful limbs? Who has beautiful limbs? Whose hands hold a jewel-studded golden vessel filled with nectar. This golden vessel is filled with nectar. What is nectar? Nectar is Amrit. It is believed that Amrit will give deathless life. Amrita Sagara. When this milky ocean was churned by Devas and Asuras, Amrit emerged. For that only Deva Ashura Yuddha happens. Philosophical meaning of is Daiva Asura Yuddha is the truth and false. There is a contradiction between truth and falsehood. So light and darkness are contradicted. Like that, this Vidya and Avidya are contradicted. Whereas karma and avidya are friends. Karma cannot kill avidya. In fact, karma will join his hands with avidya to make you more suffer, to give more suffering to you. Karma will become a partner of avidya. Who will drive out avidya? It is only knowledge can drive out avidya. That knowledge is Amrit. True knowledge is symbolically told as Amrit. So here it is a symbolical representation of knowledge. She has wisdom in her hand, means she has Shastra. She is the form of Veda, Veda Nayagi. So that she is the form of Shastra, and in the other hand, lotus red flower is seen. Up to this we have seen already, and I have given some more explanation. Next, Aruna Garuna Tarangidakshing Dhrita Pashankusha Pushpa Bhana Chapam Pushpa Bhana Chapam Animadi Viravrutam Mayukaihi Aham Ityeva Vibhavaye Bhavani. I meditate on the great Empress. She is the queen of the whole universe. She is red in color and her eyes are full of compassion and holds the noose and the god. Pasha Angusha. The bow and the flowery arrow in her hands. Surrounded on all sides by powers like Madivi Avrutam, Anima, Mahima, Lagima, Garima, like surrounding her, and she is the self within me. This is the highlight. This is only an Avahana mantra, but in that itself, the true color of Sri Vidya is seen. Oh. She is the self within me. Which is the word related to Sanskrit? Aham iti eva vibhavaye bhavani. I need not search her in Kailasha. I need not search her in the Sripura. I need not visit the Panchashat Pita Rupa, Panchashat Pitas. I can find her within me. Aham ityeva bhavani. Very, very important verse in this Avahana mantra. Where do you invoke her? Within you, you have to invoke her. But she is the self. Is there any need for invoking her? No, certainly not. You have to develop an abidance. Aham means self. Self means Atman. Atman means Ishvara. Ishvara means Brahman. This is what she is, the self within me. Ahamityeva vibhavaye bhavani. So the highlight of this shloka is Aham. Aham Brahmasmi. This is like a Mahavakya we used to say in Sri Vidya. Every day we do the Avahana mantra, but we never understand these meanings. Once we understand the meanings, that will give you knowledge and also the result of that knowledge. And before that, there is one verse. Dhrita Pasha Ankusha Pushpa Bhana Chapam. Pasha Ankusha are there in her hand. Pasha and Ankusha are used to control the elephants. Elephants are controlled by Pasha and Ankusha. What is elephant here? Our manas, which is uncontrollably troubling, which is uncontrollably disturbed. That mana, mind form, elephant form of mind, mana, rupa, gaja, is controlled by the ayuda, weapon, which are Pasha and Ankusha, Nuz and God, in the hands of Devi. That is the meaning. Once you control that in a proper way, you will be able to see Ahamityeva vibhavaye bhavani artha. One more shloka. Dhyaye padmasanastam mikasita vadanam padmapatra yathakshim hemabham pitavastram karakalitalasadhema padmambarangim sarvalankara yuktam satatam abhayatam bhaktanamram bhavani Shri Vidyam Shantamurtim Sakala Surnutam Sarva Sampat Pradhatrim. She gives all sampat, who bestows all wealth, which I wished for, which I wish for. For money, she gives. For health, she gives. For long life, she gives. For relationship, she blesses. For any material benefits, she blesses. But the real wealth is Vidya. You should ask her Vidya. Knowledge is praised by gods. The divine goddess is to be meditated upon as seated on the lotus with petal eyes. She is sitting on a lotus, but her eyes are like petals of lotus. She is golden hued. Why to visualize this? Not to forget. She's golden hued and has lotus flowers in her hand. I told about lotus. Why lotus is appreciated very much in Shastra? Why do we appreciate lotus in Shastra? This lotus flowers in mud, but it is not affected by mud. Like that, even though we have taken birth in Mithya Loka, this Maya Srishtita Loka, we should not get affected by avidya. Avidya is related here as mud. Lotus is related with the mind. So even though it is in the mud, it is not affected. Like that, even though you are entertaining, enjoying, experiencing the good and bad from morning to evening, 24/7, in the family, in the institution, when you go out, when you come in, always you experience this duality of sukha and dukkha, which is related here as mud, but your mind should not be stained and it should be like a flower, like a lotus flower. And there is a reference for the patra also, the leaf also, we will study about it. She dispels the fear of the devotees who bow before her. Bhaya is removed. The jiva becomes nirbhaya. Why bhaya comes? Because of the dvaitam. Dvaitam bhayam. Advaitam nirbhayam. When you understand that there is no two, there is no fear. She dispels fear of the devotees by way of bestowing the knowledge. Once this knowledge is obtained, there is no fear for anything. She is the embodiment of peace, knowledge, because she is Vidya Rupini, Shastra Rupini, Veda Rupini, Jnana Rupini, Chit Swarupini. She is Sri Vidya Lalita Parameshwari. And embodiment of peace. There is one nama for Lalita Parameshwari. If you go to Tirumiyachur, there is a kshetra, Punya Kshetra in Tamil Nadu, near Kumbakonam, near Peralam. There is a small village called Tirumiyachur. In that Tirumiyachur, there is a Chola tradition, very old ancient temple for Lalita Parameshwari. In that temple, previously, Devi was called as Shantambika. She is Shanta Swarupani. And if you invoke her, she gives you Shantam. She gives you peace. That is the meaning of this shloka. One more is there. With that, this gets concluded. Sakunkuma vilepanam alika chumbi kasturikam samanda hasite kshanam shashara chapa pashankusham ashesha jana mohinim arunamalya bhushambaram. She attracts ashesha jana, many people. Japa kusuma bhasuram japa vidhau smaret ambikam. You should meditate upon Devi like this. So that she is invoked. One who is in the form of kunkuma, covered with kunkuma, vermilion, kasturika, kasturi, you know, a fragrance. Because of the fragrance of kasturi, the scent, lot of bees are coming around her. Bees are attracted. The fragrance is grace, the bees are the devotees. And she has bow, arrow, pasha and ankusha, noose and goad, and Ashesha Jana Mohini. She attracts, she deludes so many people, millions of people towards her. Again, the red color is explained. She has Japa Kusuma Basuram. Japa Kusuma means hibiscus flower. A mala, a garland made out of hibiscus is one of the decoration for Devi. And she is of the color hibiscus. Her color is equal to hibiscus color. We should meditate this Devi. That is the Japavidau Smared Ambika. This is the meaning of this shloka. And we conclude this shloka with Om Aim Hrim Shrim Hrim Shrim Sauhu. This is the way of concluding. Om Aim Hrim Shrim Hrim Shrim Sauhu. Shri Lalitayaha Amrita Chaitanya Murtim Kalpayami Namaha. I visualize. Kalpayami is visualization. Aham kalpayami. Aham kalpayami namaha. I praise. This is the meaning. And there is, when you get this text, I hope you would have seen Trikanta Mudra. There is a reference. Trikanta Mudra has to be studied, and we will do separate videos for Trikanta Mudra. Trikanta Mudra is a finger posture, hand posture to be shown in front of the Meru, Mahameru, while invoking Devi. Now, we have invoked Devi. Devi has reached, arrived, and we have to give her some upachara. Om Lam Prithvyatmikayi Namaha Gandham Samarpayami. Earth element is related with smell. That Tanmatra is referred in subtle level, and in the formal level we offer Chandanam. Om Ham Akashatmikayi Namaha Pushpani Samarpayami. To praise the Akasha Rupa of Devi, we offer flowers, we throw flowers in the air. So it refers to Akasha. Om Yam Vaivatmikayi Namaha Dupam Agrapayami. Dupam Agrapayami. While showing Dupa, we praise Vayu, because this fragrance expands in air. Om Ram Agnyatmikayi Namaha Deepam Darshayami. Devi, you are the form of Agni. Vannivasinni Namaha. There is one reference in Lalita Sahasranama. She lives in Vanni. Vanni means Agni. She is the form of fire. I show Deepam Darshayami. Vam Om Vam Amritatmikayi Namaha Maha Nevedyam Nivedayami. How my Kesari and Sundal become Amrit, Ha Nevedyam, and I say this is Amrit. I bring some payas. How it will become Amrit? Because it is offered to Devi, then it is equivalent to Amrit. It gives deathless, birthless, Nitya Muktitvam, it gives. Otherwise it is payasam or Sundal only. When it is offered to Devi, it becomes Amrit. Maha Nevedyam, that also Maha Nevedya, great Nevedya I offer. It may be 2 bananas or 1 coconut. It is Maha Nevedya. Whatever you offer, it is Maha Nevedyam for Devi. Or 2-3 cashew nuts or some 2-3 grapes. Om Sam Sarvatmikaye Namaha. You are Sarvam. You are all. Sarvopachara Pujam Samarpayami. सर्वोपचार पूजां samarpayami. Then here there is a reference Om Aim Hrim Shrim 27. We have not studied 27, we have studied only 3 Aim Hrim Shrim. At the end of this course very soon you will be given with this 27 aksharas. Then you can do this. Lalita Maha Tripura Sundari. Now you can say Om Aim Hrim Shrim. Forget about this 27 presently. Om Aim Hrim Shrim. Lalita Maha Tripura Sundari. Para Bhattarikam. Para Bhattarika means the great queen of this, empress of this universe. Para Bhattarikayam. Dhyayami. Aham Dhyayami. Avahayami. And I invoke Devi. Where I am invoking? On the Mahameru or Sri Yantra or on me. Understanding the Aham principle. If you understand the Aham principle, Aham Tattva, that is invocation. You need not tell all these things. If you are able to understand Aham Ityeva Vibhavaye Bhavanim, that is invocation. Aham, 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 aham. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. With this, invocation is over. From next class, we will start Nava Avarana Puja. In the next class, we will start Pratama Avarana Puja. Stay connected. Dhanyavadaha.
Nandri Guruji.
Thank you, Nandri.
धन्यवाद.
Thank you, Swamiji.
Thank you, Swami.
Pranam Swamiji. Dhanyawad.
Thank you,
Namaste.
Swamiji.
Thank you, Swamiji.
Thank you,
Namaste.
Swamiji.
Thank you, Swamiji.
Thank you, Swamiji. Thank you,
Thank you,
Swamiji.
Swamiji.
Thank you, Swamiji.
Thank you.
Thank you, Swamiji.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿ.
Thank you, Swamiji.
Dhanyavada. Om. Namaste.
Namaste, Swamiji.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Namah Shivaya.
Hello.
Shri Matre Sharanam